remember in 2015, yes, 5 years ago, I had heard that a film with its heart in the right place was doing the rounds of several film festivals, called Ram Singh Charlie. While we never saw the film see the light of day in theatres, the film directed by Nitin Kakkad and starring Kumud Mishra and Divya Dutta in lead roles follows the journey of an artist. Ram Singh Charlie, a Charlie Chaplin impersonator with a travelling troupe called Django Circus. Presumably due to economic setbacks but more to do with the generational disconnect from the art form, the circus is abruptly shut and all the artists including Ram Singh and his family have to figure out a means of living in the real world. Individuals that have been born and brought up and some become accustomed to the lifestyle of a travelling performance troupe have to re-engineer themselves to assimilate to the real world. Nitin Kakkad, the director of films like Filmistan and Jawani Janeman, presents a heartfelt tale of artists and the course they have to take when their avenue of expression, income and purpose gets snatched away, like pulling a rug off someone's feet. Here's me telling you the good and bad aspects of the film so that you guys can ultimately decide whether this movie is worth your time on SONY LIV or not. The underwhelming aspects. Lack of structure. While holistically the film is extremely impactful in communicating the journey of an artist hit hard by unforeseen circumstances, you will definitely feel from a storytelling standpoint how the journey in the second half gets confused in its narrative, and in certain cases conveniently skips the arduous journey for the audiences to assume what Ram Singh may have done to achieve his goal. While the film initially develops in categorically presenting how point A leads to point B, in the second half through various hurdles you will definitely feel the screenplay often seems jumbled up. This in no way dampens the overall impact of the story of the film, but makes you definitely think of how superior of a product Ram Singh Charlie would have been if the second half was more precisely etched out. The good. Frames and dialogues. The film is beautifully shot and credit has to be given to cinematographers Subhranshu Das and Madhav Solanke, who have both captured the interaction among several characters with meticulous framing and at the same time has showed the beauty of Kolkata, even in the dread and poverty that surrounds Ram Singh and his family. We see Ram Singh travelling through the narrow lanes as a rickshaw puller, dressed up as Charlie in the tram system, sitting in contemplation as the Howrah Bridge is beautifully presented behind him. Even in their new abode of minimalism, the architecture of the city stands out. While visually beautiful, the poetic and impactful lines of the film stayed with me. Written by Nitin Kakkad and Sharib Hashmi, the film beautifully captures the thoughts running through every artist's mind in their journey. The first frame of the film only showcases the thoughts of many artists and their perception of life looking like a play. Ye duniya ek ragmanch hai. हम महज उसमें किरदार. While the unfortunate end of the circus is announced, the entrepreneur looks at Charlie still practicing, in awe stating, आर्टिस्ट का रियाज और मुसलमान का नमाज सेम होता है. मस्जिद टूट गया तो नमाज थोड़ी ना छोड़ सकता है. I'll further get into the deep impact of the writing in the conclusion. Performances. When you have actors like Kumud Mishra and Divya Dutta in lead roles, you are bound to get absolute gold in terms of performances. Before I get to the main cast, the supporting actors as well have lended beautiful support to the film. Salima Raza, as the one who financially is running the circus, presents a deep connection and empathy that she has for her artists, despite the economic constraints that they are dealing with. The perfect combination an employee wants in an entrepreneur, an idea of the craft and backing it with their economic means. Farooq Sayer plays the role of Shah Jahan that aids Ram Singh during this setback and has absolute confidence and ease in front of camera. Divya Dutta, who sports minimal or no makeup in every frame as a solid rock next to Ram Singh, who has immense respect for her husband's resilience and love for the art form, is spectacular. Even in the silences as she looks at her husband, you can understand she knows him inside and out. A wife who cannot see her husband leave what is essentially his existence, his craft. It is Kumud Mishra, however, that absolutely blows you away in this film. An actor that has been putting forth praiseworthy performances for many decades, who assimilates in different worlds and characters in several Bollywood movies as if he belongs in those fictional worlds. The actor is not only convincing as Ram Singh Charlie but beautifully captures the aching within any artist that has lost his bearings and is simply figuring out this beast known as life. Parallels. While watching Ram Singh Charlie, I was getting the essence of several beautiful films and what they wanted to convey. As the frame captured the several individuals of the circus, each having specific talents and unique characteristics, I got a flashback of The Greatest Showman and how it beautifully captured the celebration of the characteristics individuals are ridiculed for, treated as freaks in society, but dealt and treated as humans in their ecosystem, as they should. The internal struggle of Ram Singh, hesitant to convey the deep sadness he possesses, reminded me of the dichotomy of Mera Naam Joker, an artist's journey of spreading joy as he breaks down from within. As more and more time passes and Ram Singh gets even more disconnected from the art form, it reminded me of any artist struggle presented in Sanjay Mishra's Kamyab. You may take away the art from the artist, suppress it, keep it at bay, but that avenue of expression is what they hold closest to them. No age, economic situation, or hurdles can ever take that away from them. The artist and his world. The film is extremely close to my heart as I've seen as an artist being part of traveling productions that have been shut down. How abruptly those friendships and bonds come to a halt and how every talent from all walks of life have to basically press the restart button to life. It showcases the triggers that remind many artists of their prime, the noise reminding them of the applause of audiences, the paint reminding them of the characters they portrayed. The film especially impacts you deeply if you've ever been a part of any form of performing arts, treated as celebrities in their niche industries but mere jokers in the public, dispensable and irresponsible to realists but worshipped as artists. As Ram Singh seems to be lost trying to make a living far away from his avenue of expression, he speaks to his fictional character stating, "Bakse mein aapko rakha hua hai aur dam hamara ghut raha tha." I urge you to watch this beautiful film on SONY LIV. Just like Ram Singh's circus act, it deserves an audience. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about the movie. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.